be remembered for doing something that's your passion.
Mm.
I think if you can go do something that you really enjoy and actually make it part of your life or something that you do for work, I think that's something good to be remembered by.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Tom Talk Trash, and stand back for another video. This time, I'm joined by Jess to discuss what dating a wrestling fan is like. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, if we take this back, before, for people that may not know, your husband is Sam from the Give Me a Whole Year podcast and the Wrestle Spear. Uh, I said magazine, no, that's wrong, website. Uh, but before we take this back, how aware of wrestling were you before you and Sam started dating?
Um, More, my brother used to watch it a lot when we were kids, but that not like to watch it myself or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So just it was just on in the background, and other family members used to go and watch it live
Mm-hmm.
and things.
So when your brother was watching it, what was your initial reaction? Was it like, this is silly, or what was
I
it?
don't think I'd ever class anything as silly if somebody likes watching it. Really, that's how I kind of taken it. Really, I never really had a thought it was rubbish or anything. I thought, well, if somebody's interested in it, then that's always been my viewpoint.
And I think that's a brilliant viewpoint to have. But okay, so for people that may not know, when did you and Sam get together?
Um, about 12. First met Sam about 12 years ago, but we got together about coming up to 11 years ago.
Okay. So how open was Sam? And we're just gonna peel the curtain back. Sam is off camera, so if you hear any noises like that and like,
Yeah.
wait, what? If you hear anything like that, it's because he's off camera. Uh, how long into the relationship was Sam like, I'm just gonna let you know, I'm a wrestling fan?
About 5 years, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, like he's always been interested in a lot of things. Some things that I've never like paid much attention to. But wrestling, it kind of just I don't know, he just randomly started watching it and then became a bit obsessed, I would say.
Mm, I
Um
understand.
that's how I
Understand.
yeah. He never used to watch it as much. Now it's like consumes his life. He wears like it's t-shirts and everything now. But before that, it was never even mentioned, I'd say.
I did wear the t-shirts, you just didn't know what they were.
Ah, fair enough. So when it comes to that conversation of you're together for like 5 years
Mm.
and he says, I like wrestling. What was you said when your brother was you didn't have much of a reaction, but what was your reaction when Sam tells you,
Um,
oh, I like wrestling?
it never really. At first, he just kind of started watching it in the background. Really, it never. I. He never really talked about it, and then it became part of daily conversation, I would say. Um, and I suppose he kind of, when he started watching it, I probably paid more attention to it when he started watching it in general because it'd be on in the background and things. I'd say, and I thought I didn't mind it then. It
Mm,
quite, it, I'd much more of a like being into wrestling than other things, so it really didn't bother.
fully get that. But not to dump on wrestling, but was there ever a moment that Sam is watching, say, SmackDown or something, and you're like, I understand why you're a fan. I just don't get it. Was there ever a specific moment?
No, not really. Only because I can understand the entertainment value. I think he's quite probably because he knows me quite well. He probably got me more include like by the storyline angle of it. He probably got me more into paying a bit more attention to it. I think it was
Mm,
more like I'd say the thing like my parents and things like that saying like that I think that's like what is into wrestling. That's where
mm,
I think you have the people don't get it. People think it's just men in shorts, I suppose. Like, I don't understand his massive passion for it, but I suppose I have things I'm very much interested in, and he's not that bothered about. So.
We're gonna for a segment we're gonna bring Sam on in a bit, so I will ask him that. Like, is there something that you're like Jess is passionate about that you're like I just don't get it? But when it comes to, do you have an idea? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when it comes to how he fits wrestling and you all fit wrestling into your life, how do you make it work that you're still keeping time for each other? But Sam he has to go and do the live streams, but also cover it for work.
Yeah, I'd say the live streams, they've kind of come about quite recently. But I suppose he's got me into that by introducing me to Dom. And because Dom's like a nice person, like, I think that's kind of how he's got down that route. And seeing, I think if he enjoys it, and it means I get a bit of peace on a Friday night, that's why I quite like that. When he's, I think he just we quite a lot kind of things, so it doesn't really take over our lives.
I understand what you're saying. So when it comes to, has there ever been a moment that say you two have booked to do something, and then Sam's like, "Oh sugar, WrestleMania's on, or there's a pay-per-view on," and you're like, "But I've booked this." What do you do in that situation?
More, I booked a big family event.
Oh, I know this story. I know this story.
And he said, I'm going to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know this story.
Yeah, I think that's more because I like to plan things, and it was a big thing, and all my family got them together, and then Sam was, and that, to be honest, I get very annoyed when people drop out of stuff in general. And then he said, just to let you know, Dom says he wants to go to WrestleMania. What do you think? So, I mean, I couldn't go obviously mad at that, but that was more what he does. Or a lot of times, definitely around WrestleMania, that's where he likes to sit and just watch that for days. And he's a bit annoyed if I make plans at that time, I'd say. But
so
background shows, he does that in the background more.
Yeah, I get what you're saying completely. So when it comes to obviously Sam watching wrestling in the background, have you developed a love for wrestling, or is this the sort of thing where it's like you tolerate it because you're with Sam?
I wouldn't say I've developed a love. Like, I don't think if I wasn't with Sam, I don't think it would come on my radar. But I can appreciate that I quite like I like certain wrestlers, and they all like we went to see the show, and that was really fun.
It was Clash at the Castle, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yes. Yeah. And that was like, I appreciate that was good. It's live entertainment things. And I would say I was more into it, I'd say a few years ago than now. Because I used to like more of the people in it then, I suppose. Then now I find it a bit, it's in the background, but I'm not. I like a few years ago, I would sit and watch like a full WrestleMania with him, but now that wouldn't interest me because I don't follow as many of them really. I used to like watching which shows my personality more like when it used to be, what was that show called? Total Divas.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he got me into it, and like I'd say more watching those shows, then I'd go, oh, that's how. When I used to like watching it quite a bit.
So you talked about the shows outside of the wrestling bubble getting you into wrestling itself.
Yeah.
What would a show that, say we did a show catered to Jess that was not about wrestling but was to do with wrestling? What would you want? No, that had wrestlers on it, should I say? What would you want that show to be about? And is there any specific wrestlers you'd want to be on there?
It's more the lives of the people that I'm interested in. And I know it's all fake, really, like the shows that you watch, but I like things that I used to watching, like Ms. and Mrs. That's what it was. Yeah, I like the Miz. I love Finn Balor. He's my favourite. And but he's never been on that. But like, I'll follow him on Instagram and things like that. We used to watch Cody Rhodes' show, but that's more what I'm interested in. I'd say I used to like them, Nikki, and Brie. I used to like them. So, yeah, used to like them a lot.
I understand what you're saying. So what about obviously you brought up the late nights and stuff there that Sam has to do for the live streams. How does that maybe affect you guys on the next day, on the Saturday? What do you put in place there?
Well, I always work a Saturday, so that doesn't really affect us in that way. More if we were going somewhere or doing like when we were going to a wedding a few weeks ago, things like that. That's where it'd affect us. And like if I suppose like now I couldn't go away on a Friday night if I wanted to and things like that.
I get you.
I get
you
I think
totally.
It's now become kind of part of our like the week, so it doesn't. I'd always take that into consideration, really.
Has there ever been an incident where Sam has got, and Sam might kill me for asking you this question, but he's far away from me, so I'm good. So has there ever been an incident where Sam has got too into the wrestling at 1 a.m? I'll put it that way.
Not really. Only because like I can't the way our house is set up. He was a bit annoyed, to be fair, I have to say, that when he was at WrestleMania, and obviously I was at home on my own, and I don't think I could sleep or something one of the nights it was on, and I was watching somebody else covered the show, and I thought, I'll put that on in the background. The Wrestle Story same thing.
Yeah.
I was texting him saying, I'm watching this, they're really good. And he was like, you never watch my stream in the middle of the
I like that. I do really like that.
And I said, I like these two. They were quite funny and stuff. So that's where I'd say Maury gets, because the way our house is, it more affects me because like I can't lock my cats up and things because he's in my office.
I get you. No, that's quite funny.
Yeah.
But that is quite funny. But we are going to, if we bring Sam on camera in a second, we are going to do a segment I think would be quite fun called Generic Questions, where basically I want to know if Jess knows Sam's answer to the generic wrestling questions, such as his favourite match, favourite pay-per-view, favourite wrestler's theme, favourite tag team, and favourite wrestler of all time. I want to know if Jess knows the answers. You ready, Sam?
I'm coming. Hang on. Let me just get me dog in. 1 sec.
Fair enough. No, I just think that'd be quite funny. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Have you got anything you can write it on, Sam? Oh wait, no, that's not going to work, is it? Because she'll be able to see.
There we go. Yeah, she'd see. So I won't.
Yeah, ignore me. I'm stupid.
She'll know some of them. She won't know others. So we'll see.
Okay, Jess. What is Sam's favourite match of all time?
I don't know a favourite match, to be honest. I could give a few, but I could say I don't know the favourite. Yeah, favourite match I don't know.
You could have a guess. I'll give you a clue.
The only one I could think of is when Daniel Bryan won WrestleMania when he got 2 belts.
It's up there.
Either that one or maybe I don't know.
Okay, so my favourite match involves the most famous double turn of all time.
Oh, I know.
This is my favourite match of all time.
No, I don't know.
Okay, it involves Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I don't know that.
All right. Okay, so my favourite match is Bret Hart versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania. What? Tom,
13?
Yeah, I think so. I forget. But
we're journalists. We should know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget. There's so many. There's flipping nearly 40 of them. It's like
I know, man.
It's to a point where you're like they all start kind of blending into one.
Yeah.
She might know this. What about Sam's favourite pay-per-view? Oh.
What, like, is in general the one he likes to watch?
Yeah.
Or ever, like.
The one he likes to watch, or the one of all time.
I think we had a bit of an internet break up there, Tom. I think we did. The internet just got in the way of that.
We did. I apologise
because ours is a bit crap as well. But
Favorite pay-per-view? He likes Money in the Bank or the Royal Rumble. They're his favorite pay-per-views.
What about his favorite overall pay-per-view? One specifically.
I don't know which one specific because he talks about it so much. Oh, WrestleMania, the one he's just been to. He's pointing at now.
I want that shirt so bad.
Because I was there, as it says on the back of the shirt.
Yeah.
The one he likes to watch the most is the Royal Rumble, and I quite like the Royal Rumble. To be fair, I like the drama of that one.
Was it me and you that said this, Sam? I can't remember. It was either me and you or me and Dom that said if you want to get someone into wrestling, show them a Rumble.
I think you and I and you and Dom, I think have had a similar variation.
We've all said that, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then what about Sam's favorite theme song that a wrestler comes out to?
I don't know favorite. I know a few that he likes, I suppose, but I would say don't know the fate.
I don't know if I actually have one, or do I? I don't know.
He likes. I don't know, Edges. I don't know.
I do very much like Edges. Is the one she probably hears me sing.
That's what he sings a lot.
Yeah.
And John Cena.
Because you two were both in the crowd, I suppose, when they was all singing, right?
It was a massive pop as well. Like that, Rey Mysterio and Edge got the biggest pops at Clash at the Castle. Drew got a big one too, but it was Edge and Rey who set the world on fire at Cardiff. You know, the crowd were very vocal towards Bailey. Not so much a theme tune, but the UK crowd just don't leave Bailey alone. So which was funny when you were there because you realise how relentless it actually is. Not in a disrespectful way. It was just absolutely relentless to the point where she had to address it several times in the ring. But I don't know if I actually have a favourite one. I think Cena's, Edge's, Balor's, Roman Reigns' current one, Brock Lesnar's I love, Sting's old WCW one. Cody Rhodes is great. Yeah, there's so many I love. I actually have gym playlists of them all as well. So it's really cool. Our dog is getting annoyed because someone else has Jess's attention.
I'm very sorry. We won't be too much longer. What about Sam's favourite tag team of all time? You do realise you could have briefed her on these, Sam, so you could have.
I know. I said to him what questions.
No, I thought it'd be funnier not to not.
Favourite tag team. It'll be a really old one from when he was a kid or something.
I have a favourite tag team right now, and some might say they're a revival of sorts.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, FTR.
I got that.
It's FTR.
All right. She might know this. Sam's favourite wrestler of all time.
Sting.
Wow. Well done.
I know that one.
Nah, that's pretty cool. So when it comes to wrestling overall, Jess, as we look at wrapping this up, because I do want to be respectful of your time and the dog's time. That is sick, by the way, Sam. That is really cool. The question that I end all my interviews on is with YouTube, with podcasting, with social media in general. Obviously, with Sam's work, he's going to be sort of remembered forever in some sort of very weird way with his writing and podcasting. So what is a piece of content you might have seen of his that you want him to be remembered for?
We're assuming she reads it all.
This is true. I didn't think of that.
I'd say be remembered for doing something that's your passion. I think if you can go do something that you really enjoy and actually make it part of your life or something that you do for work, I think that's something good to be remembered by. You've gone through life actually doing something that means something to you and not doing the mundane.
That's a really cool thing to say, actually. And to be honest, I think that's a beautiful way to end it. So if you two want to plug anything, please do as we wrap this up.
Anything you want to plug?
No.
Okay. There's always a couple of things I want to plug, and I think for this stream it makes sense to just be the two. So the first thing I'm going to plug is the Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast, where you can see me wearing this hat. I like this hat.
I hate that hat.
She hates this hat. I like this hat. And I might more. But I only really wear it on stream actually, or when I was traipsing around LA with the boys. But yeah, and the other thing I'd like to plug is WrestleSphere. If you don't know what that is, WrestleSphere, it's a new journalistic platform. It's an arm of Soundsphere magazine, which is Dom Smith's music magazine. But we were covering so much wrestling content, it made sense. And I'm sorry about the light shining in everybody's eyes. It made sense for us to branch out and do a separate sphere all about wrestling, and that's what we've done. And it's going great so far, but it's got a lot of the backing of Give Me a Whole Year and a few other things, and there's also some cross pollination with Wrestling Royalty and a bunch of other things. But yeah, if anyone could like WrestleSphere, read some of our articles, like us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, that'd be great. Same with Give Me a Whole Year as well, because we've got big plans for both. But they're both very different. Give Me a Whole Year is a podcast where we're playing with our friends, and WrestleSphere is a fully journalistic endeavor.
Definitely. It's well worth doing, guys. Guys that have always been very good to me. Obviously, I want to say thank you to Jess for her time. Thank you to Sam for his time. If you guys like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Tom Talk Trash on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Tom Talk Trash, and I will see you in the next video. A goodbye now.